Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Serge, coming at you again with another tech video. Recently, I've gotten a lot of attention for a video that I made for the YouTuber called SHAYTARDS. They're a family on YouTube and they make daily vlogs. You should definitely go check them out. Their URL is youtube.com/user/SHAYTARDS, and I'll leave a link in the description down below and here on the video, and you'll be seeing it throughout the video as well. What I'm going to be showing you in this video is how I actually downloaded all 2,000 thumbnails. Now yes, the video took a lot of work, but that's because I was trying to figure all this stuff out for the first time, and it should take you a lot less time. So I just felt that I should go ahead and share my knowledge with you guys as I usually do. So if you're new to this channel, hey, my name is Serge and I do YouTube videos, do videos for technology. Right now they're very random and I'm just trying to find what exactly I'm trying to bring to all you guys, but all I know is that I'm trying to bring my knowledge to you guys and trying to just make things easier. So this first part, I'm actually going to show you how I downloaded the images, and then the next couple of videos I'll show you how it's all put together. So please be sure to subscribe so you get the future videos as soon as they come out, and then you get the whole entire idea of how I did everything. Alright, so here we are on the youtube.com/user/shaytards/videos. So all it is whenever you go to the channel, on this little top menu, just go to videos, and this way you can get all the thumbnails for their videos, because that's what we're going after right now. So the programs you're going to need is actually Google Chrome. You should be using that as your web browser anyways, or Firefox, but you know, in this case Chrome works really well because of its developer tools, and you'll see why here in a second. And then you're also going to be needing a software program for this. Is all in Windows. It could possibly work in Mac as well. So you're going to be needing Chrome and BitTorrent. And just as a quick summary, we're going to be using Chrome to get the link addresses for all the thumbnails, and then we're going to be using BitTorrent to download all of them. And that's all you're really going to need to actually download the images. So let's go ahead and get started. So you want to go ahead and open up Chrome, and you want to go to the SHAYTARDS channel, and you want to have it open, and you want to be on this page that I'm on as well. Or you know, this could work for really any other website that you want to download a lot of images for. Of course, be sure you're not stealing someone's work deliberately and maliciously, and it might vary a little bit if you are using it for other web pages, but this video will give you a general idea of what you have to do if you actually want to do it for other websites. Alright, so enough talking. Let's actually get started with this. So what you want to do, of course, you want to go to the web page. You want to open up Google Chrome settings, and to do that you go to the menu button and then you go to settings, and it will look like this. So next, what you want to do is you want to go to show advanced settings, and then underneath privacy select clear browsing data, and it'll open up this. You want to make sure that the only thing that it's checked is cached images and files. In our case, that's all we need checked right now, and you want to make sure that it is on the beginning of time for what items to delete, and then click clear browsing data. And what that does, I've actually opened up beforehand, but if you see, I went to Chrome:// and this is Google Chrome's cache. So this is all the images and files that Google Chrome caches within itself, and we're going to be using this to actually get the download links for these thumbnails. So in my case, these were the old cache files, and since I just deleted my cache, I'll go ahead and refresh it, and there should be nothing. Sometimes, as you see in my case, I have the Ola client, so it's an extension. It might have one file here, but it shouldn't make much of a difference. But just keep in mind that that's something you're not going to want to download, and this will all make sense as it all comes together towards the end. So right now my cache is essentially empty, and we want to go back to the page where we want to download the images. So once on this page, we want to go ahead and do a quick refresh, and then you get all your thumbnails here. And of course, this all depends on your internet connection, and in my case I have a really fast internet connection, so this might take you a little bit longer than it takes me. So once we've downloaded these, I'm just going to show you real quick that our cache changes, and then we're already getting links for images. So as you see here, these are from newest to oldest, and I'm just going to go ahead and just go all the way down, and then you could just hold the page down button on your keyboard and it'll take you all the way to the bottom of the page, and then just continue hitting load more until it doesn't allow you to hit it anymore. And I think you're limited to 1,000 images, or at least that's what I've found. It limits me to about 1,000 of these videos per page. Alright, so I've reached the end of it. It took me about a minute to go through, and of course, depending on your internet, it could take a little bit longer because it has to download all those thumbnails. Now what you have to do is just remember the last couple of videos. What I did is I remembered that it was 2 years ago, and you know, just remember the last thumbnail. In this case, is Bravest Stunt Girl is the last thumbnail, so just keep that in mind, and this will all make sense towards the end as it starts coming together. So we're gonna go back to the Chrome cache and refresh it again, and as you see, it changes once more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit Control on your keyboard and then hit A, and that selects everything. And on Macintosh it could be, I think, Command A. I'm not familiar with it. And then just right click and then copy. Alright, so we're gonna minimize this, and then we're gonna right click on your desktop and just make a new text document. Alright, and then we can name this one New to Old. And the reason I'm gonna make 2 of these notepads is because these are the first 1,000 thumbnails, and the reason I kept them in order and separate from new to old and old to new is so I could post the beginning years of his vlogs, the beginning videos first, and then the newest ones last. And the reason I had to do it this way is because this method really doesn't keep them in order. It's really random on how it downloads the thumbnails. It's somewhat in order, but not really. Some of them are way off, some of them are kind of close together. So this is the best way I could actually do it, so I can have at least some kind of organization. So these are all the new thumbnails to the old, and we're just gonna go ahead and paste those in there, and then you could just go ahead and save that and close it. Cool. And then really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to repeat the same steps over again, but this time we're going from the oldest videos to the newest. So I'm gonna go a little bit quicker this time, so it's just gonna be a refresher. So let's go back to the web page before we clear the cache again, and then we're gonna go all the way to the top, okay? And then we're gonna go from oldest to newest. There we go. And so now they're ordered from oldest videos to newest. And we're gonna go back to the settings, and then if it's not showing you this again, if you had to go back to your menu and then the settings, go show advanced settings, clear browsing data, beginning of time, clear cache, and do that. Cool. So then we refresh, cache is gone. Then we go back to the SHAYTARDS videos, and then we go to the bottom of the page and then load more. Keep doing that, and remember, keep in mind that where it stopped last time was in his 2 years ago vlogs. So once you start reaching those 2 years ago vlogs, you want to just go a little bit slower and keep an eye out for that last thumbnail. Alright, so here we are approaching the 2 years, and I'm just gonna keep an eye out. So as you see here, it loaded a couple more than it usually does, so we did go a little bit over. It's important that you keep an eye out now, because now we have all these other images in cache, and it's probably gonna double up some of the images. I was a lot careful the first time I did it, but this is essentially how I did it. So now what we're gonna do is go back to cache, refresh, and then Control A again, right click, copy, back to the desktop, new text document, old to new, open it, and paste everything. Control V or right click paste, and then go ahead and save that, and then exit out. So now we have these 2 text documents right here. Alright, and then what you can do as well right now is make 2 folders again, new to old. Make another one, folder, old to new. There we go. So these folders are where the files are actually going to save to. And then we're going to be using bitcomment to download all these links right here. But before we do that, actually we have to edit a couple things in these text documents. So go into them and then maximize it. Now you have to ask yourself the question, which ones are my images? Obviously they're going to be JPEGs, or they're going to be these WEBPs, which are called WEPIs. They're Google's method of compressing images. So we actually have to figure out the names of the images. So that can be done really quickly and simply by going back to the page where the images are and then right clicking on some kind of empty spot on the web page that's not a link or anything, and then go to inspect element, and that will bring up developer tools for Google Chrome. Then go to resources and then go to frames, videos, and images. So I found this from just digging around. So if you're on another website or if you're on another channel or something, you're probably gonna have to be digging around for this as well. But it's pretty simple. Just look for something named images and it could probably be in the same layout as well. So now we have to figure out which ones are thumbnails, and as we see here, these just appear to be thumbnails for my subscriptions. And then we go down, these are just icons, and then we see these mqdefault.jpegs. So these seem to be the thumbnails, and they are. So we're just gonna go through and just make sure that if there's anything else. And as we see here, these WEBPs, these WEPs, mqdefault.wepi, these are all images as well for all the thumbnails. So now we know what the thumbnails are, and as you see here on the URL, i.yimage.com, blah blah blah, and then mqdefault.webp. So just keep that in mind because that's what we're going to be needing to look at in the text file. As we see here, it's essentially the same thing but mqdefault.jpg. So let's go back to that text document. We can go ahead and close out of developer tools. And as you see here, these are .jpegs and then these are .webs, and as you see up top, you got this PNG and this .ico. You can actually just go ahead and highlight those and delete them, and you're good there. And then you'll see these right here. You'll see these come up a couple of times. You just want to highlight the first part of the URL and then do Control H, and that will open up the replace window, and then just paste it on find what, and then leave replace with blank, and then just do replace all. And as you see here, most of these, you'll see them just pop up every once in a while, and that takes care of them. That nullifies the URL and it makes it invalid, so those won't be downloaded. It's simpler than going through and downloading each one of these. As you see, it can get pretty tedious, and as this method seems long and tedious, it's actually a lot quicker than actually right clicking and saving each one of those thumbnails. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go through here and make sure that all these are the .jpegs and the .webs, and just make sure that all the URLs in this text file are actually just that, because that's the only thing we want to download. Alright, so once we start going towards the bottom, this is actually like the first page of the YouTube channel, so there's a lot more that you're needing to download, such as like icons and everything. So this is where you're going to do most of your deleting, but you also have to look out and make sure none of these mqdefault.jpegs or mqdefault.webs are hidden in there. So it looks like starting right here and going down, it seems we can delete all these. These are all photo.jpg, not mqdefault.jpg, so these all could be deleted, and just make sure. And as you see here, here's some webs, mqdefaults that are hidden within all this, and you want to make sure you download those. So just stop right there, delete, and then continue on. And as you see here, there's one that's in between these two things that we don't need, so just keep an eye out on all this. And that's that. So pretty much we got all of these and we're good to go. If for some odd reason you get something else, like one of these long URLs that are showing up every once in a while, you could just essentially do the same thing to make the URL invalid as we did for these. Just copy the first part, HTTPS, up to the .com, and then Control H, replace, and then replace with blank, replace all, and that should take care of it. So that's a really quick way to edit your notepad and all these links. And then you could just go ahead and file, save, and then just go ahead and really quickly do the same thing for this one. And just to save time, I'm only going to do it from the new to old, but you do the exact same thing for the old to new. It should be virtually identical. So once you're done editing your text files, I'm going to go ahead and open up BitComment. You do the same, and then go over to the file menu and then go to HTTP FTP batch download right here. Add URLs from file. You want to go to that tab, and then you want to click on this button with 3 periods on it, and it says URL file list right here. Just want to go ahead and select that, and then navigate over to that text file that we just edited. In my case, I'm going to do the new to old first. Cool, so I opened it up and here are all the links that we had in that text file. Awesome, so just hit add and then just make sure that all 10, and in this case it's 10,051 links, make sure that all of them are, so it'll be 1051 or whatever number is of 1051. And then your save path, you want to go ahead and navigate to that folder we made earlier, and in this case it's going to be the new to old folder. And as you see here, desktop new to old, that's the folder I made, and that's where I want to save them to. And all you have to do is hit download now. And it's going to do this, creating new task, and then it'll immediately start downloading. And you will get a whole bunch of pop-ups on this right side saying when every file downloads, and depending on your internet connection, it could be really quick and it could unfortunately get really annoying really quickly. So what I recommend really is just to mute or turn off your speakers during this, and then it'll start downloading everything into your folder. And just like that, you've downloaded all those thumbnails. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of BitComet. And you do the exact same thing for the other text file or the old to new, and then you just make sure that you select the appropriate folder on the save to, or if not, it's gonna save all of them into one folder, and then it's gonna be a little bit harder to organize them from old to new and new to old. Alright, so that's the whole process of actually downloading all the images, or the thumbnails in this case, off of the SHAYTARDS channel, off of YouTube. And like I said before, this could actually be repeated on other websites, I'm sure. If you would like me to make a video on how to do it on other websites, just so you get a general idea, then I can do that as well. Just leave a comment down below and be sure to like this video so I know you liked it, and that will encourage me to make more videos for you guys as well. Now, of course, the only drawback of this is that they're not really going to be in order. So I'm still, I love learning and I learn every day, and I'm still going to be looking for a way to improve this. I'm always looking for ways to improve. If you're better at coding and organizing and scripts and stuff than I am, then please be sure to leave me a comment down below and enlighten me on how to organize this better, and how to actually organize the links, and how to organize everything really. But that's going to be it for this video. In the next couple of videos, I'm going to actually take you through the rest of the process of how I made the entire video. The next process is converting some of the image files. In this case, it's the Webby files. You might notice that if you try to put them into a photo editor like Photoshop or any other photo editor that doesn't support Webby, it's not going to allow you to edit the photos in that editor. So you're going to actually have to convert it, and I'll show you the converter that I use. It's absolutely free. And I'll show you how to convert those images into JPEGs so that you can use them in your photo editor. And then the next couple of videos, I'll actually show you how I put the video together, and I'll actually show you how I made the thumbnail for the video as well. That I also did. So everything you saw in that video, I did myself. I put it all together. Of course, all the images and music were from the SHAYTARDS. So like I said previously, leave a comment down below if you like this video and if you would like to see the rest of this process. It really does encourage me to see all your guys' comments, and that'll actually make me feel like I'm doing something and you guys care. And also be sure to leave me a like on this video so I'm more motivated to do all this stuff on YouTube. And last but not least, please be sure to check out my channel. I have a whole bunch of other tech videos there dealing with the Verizon Note 3, Samsung devices, your computer, just random tech help on there as well. And it keeps on growing every day, so please be sure to subscribe so you see all the new videos as soon as they come out, and the videos I'm mentioning that will be coming out soon. Subscribe to get those as soon as they come out. Alright guys, so that's all for today. Y'all have a good one.